What's going on, people? Welcome back to another episode of Train. And as you can tell by the title, it isn't good news. I have picked up an injury. So I'll get into it in a minute, but we'll just go through the clips as they are and it will all make sense. This is quite an extended edition of Train because it covers 2 training sessions. So yeah, I went out, practiced some lowers. As I said before, I was having a little trouble with my calf. I could feel it hurting. So I left it around 3 days, I think it was, and then went into this lower session and it was going well. I felt a little bit rusty and a little bit off, but generally everything felt good. And then around 20 minutes into the session, once I'm fully warmed up and I'm just about to really get going, shall we say, my calf starts to hurt again. And I've had this problem before. It's basically a calf strain, a repetitive calf strain, which means that it will just keep coming back. So it's a bit of a write-off really, so I'm going to have to stop doing lowers. I decided to try and break my Hop the World record again because it doesn't really hurt that much. It hurts mainly on any type of jumping movements. So basics, I might be alright to practice. I don't know, if I rest enough and then slowly ease into basics, I might be able to do that. We'll just see how it goes though. So yeah, decided to try and break my Hop the World record. I failed, I got 47 I think, and I decided to leave it there. So in a pretty bad mood at that point. The next day I think, okay, let's do some sit downs because I don't want to end the train series right now. I'm really enjoying training and there's more to freestyle than lowers. Even though lowers is a lot of fun, it's probably not my strong suit. Sit downs are, so why not practice sit downs? So that's the primary objective now, is to get really good at sit downs. And I haven't really trained sit down seriously in a long time. So that's what I'm going to do, and it doesn't hurt my calf at all because there's no hard contact onto the ground, which is good. So this is what we're going to do. So let's talk about this sit down session right here. It was only a short one and I just wanted to drill in the basics, make sure I'm doing everything with a nice style and just get a good feel and touch for the ball before I start experimenting and trying some creative things. This drill here, or exercise I guess you could call it, is a really good way of developing your weak foot, developing the strength in your weak foot as well, and just your all-round control. And all of these combos here, I'm really trying to keep my combos as even as possible and spread out between both feet, because something I see a lot in sit downs is that a lot of people just tend to use like 80% of their strong foot, and you'd rarely do that in lowers. So why would you do it in sit downs, if you know what I mean? So it's really noticeable. Once you pick up on it, you'll want to not do it again. And even though it's hard to learn sit downs on your weak foot, as soon as you get past 2 or 3 crossovers in a row or X overs in a row, it's not too much of a challenge. So that's something I was aware of. And then I decided to try some alternative crossovers. I was trying to break my record. I'm not sure what my record is, but I think I'm going to try and get 100 of these. I didn't even get anywhere close to it. I must have done around 30. I don't know, I haven't counted. But I was just focusing on trying to get them clean as possible. This was my only attempt at it. Yeah, I reckon I did about 30. Then I was fully warmed up with my sit down, so I decided to move on to this shin around the world, hop the world. I don't know what you'd call this really, but it's really fun to do. It's really difficult because the ball has to be in the perfect place and you have to get used to tucking your foot alongside your knee. But I'd like to do that in the middle of combos, so look out for that. I'm going to be attempting to incorporate that into my combos in the near future. This clip is just a random clip. This is how most of my sit downs go. I'm just messing around, trying to mix it up, trying to add in variety. I'm not really concerned about keeping everything going. I just want to keep the ball in the air. So that's what I'm doing here. So there wasn't much to take away from this session, but hopefully in the next few weeks my sit downs will really begin to sharpen up and I'll begin to introduce some new ideas. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm trying to push the injury out of my mind and just focus on sit downs, so that's what we'll do. This clip I was really happy with. I could have done it a lot quicker, but that's another thing that I'm going to start introducing into my clips. Shin around the world, it's a trick that I rarely ever do. So I'm going to start doing it. And then we moved on to some uppers. These uppers are really slow, they're quite disjointed, but I haven't practiced uppers properly in a long time. I was just looking to get some rollers into the combos there. As you can see, I did. And then this attempt at clipper was just absolutely terrible, but I'll just leave it in there for the bants. And did 2 rollers in a row. I was happy with that. My record is 6, I believe I did last year. I was getting quite good at them for a period of time, and then as soon as you stop practicing, you just lose it completely. And this was the last upper combo I did. I was happy with that, even though it was slow. It was a nice little combination. So hopefully my uppers will improve again as well. Did this blocking combo, which was a bad idea because my calf started hurting because I was jumping around. So that was a bit of a mistake, but hey, won't do that again. So that's the situation right now. Thanks for all the support, and hopefully I'll try and keep this training series as interesting as possible in the next few weeks. Speak to you soon. Take care. Peace.